New reports coming out saying do not do this, a big mistake for Social Security. This article just coming out today. I'm going to have this linked in the description below for you. As it says, 74% of people say that they can't count on Social Security when planning for retirement. And here is what not to do. And again, this just coming out today. I'm going to get you the latest updates on this. And yes, we are live. Now, do me a favor. I see that we've got just a couple people on right now. If you are on with me, I see Tammy is on. If you could do me a favor, God bless you as well, Tammy. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay before I dive into the report, into the article, and get you the latest information so I know that everything is going well on my end before I get to the news. How's it going, Kathy? Good to see you. Hello. Tony says he's on. Jerry, Sharon, how's it going? Barbie says that she can hear me and see me okay. Awesome. Anola, great. All right. Glad to have you guys today and hope you're having a blessed Saturday. So again, this is a report that just came out today that says, do not do this if you collect Social Security retirement. And it is a warning that just came out today. Again, as you know, all the articles are cited, linked in the description below for you. And it says 74% of people say that they can't count on Social Security when planning for retirement. Let me know if you agree, if you cannot count on this. I know for myself, I've heard it said quite a bit that by the time Social Security comes for me, it's not going to be there. And what they're saying is it's actually likely not going to be there for a lot of people very soon. And it's going to get into all the details of this. And here is what not to do if you are planning on collecting retirement here very soon, or you're collecting it. Be sure to take note of this. So I'm going to cover all the details for you in this video. And if you guys appreciate that, do me a quick favor. Oh, I can see we've got quite a few people on. Smash the like button for me. Just takes a second. And if this is your first time here, hit subscribe. And today was a big day. I had a big announcement for you guys, and that is that we have launched the members portion of the channel, which is just a new opportunity for you to get more direct access to the information we provide. Get some of those scammers out of the way. Nothing changes for the channel. You can still get the regular updates on the lives and the videos. But if you want to join the members section, I'll be able to get you more exclusive access to the information that you need if you're interested. And I've already seen a lot of people responding to that. Thank you guys so much. And it helps out. It's a monthly membership and you don't have to do it. You can stop anytime if you want. But if you do, like I said, there's a ton of perks that I think are going to help out a ton of people. So really excited about that. I hope it helps out a lot of people here on the channel that have been looking for more information, more access, and just ways to say thank you. I appreciate it, you guys. But let's go ahead and dive into the latest information. I see there's a bunch of people on here. And people are saying, keep your hands off of my Social Security for sure. Yes, I agree. Keep your hands off of the Social Security. John Mack, thank you so much for the super thumbs up. I forget what it's called, the super chat. I appreciate that. Good job. And you know what? Thank you guys. I hope the information is helpful to you guys so that way you know the latest. And like I said, this just coming out today. I try to get you the latest information as soon as it rolls out. And this is a warning about Social Security and retirement. And again, since we're live, you guys, you feel free to drop any comments, particularly towards the end, and I'll do my best to help you guys out with any questions that you might have. All right, so let me read for you this article that says changes may be coming to fix Social Security's trust fund, which, as you know, is running dry, where they're projecting that by the year 2035, maybe 2033, even some reports of 2032, we're going to be running out of money, and they're only going to be able to pay out about 80% of your benefits. So if you collect $1,000 per month, you can only probably count on about 800. Some reports saying even 750. And when you say, hey, I got shortchanged, where's the rest of my money? They're simply going to say, sorry, we don't have enough money to give everybody 100% of their benefits. It's happening across the board, not just you. We're just out of money. So they've got to fix that. It says, which they are projected to be able to pay out full benefits only until the 2030s, which I just said. While uncertainty may tempt many to claim retire benefits early, experts say that's usually a mistake. So we're going to be covering the retirement ages. And as you guys know, right now in Congress, there's a lot of talk about this. We heard both sides of the aisle saying they're not going to be making cuts to Social Security benefits, but they're proposing on changing the retirement age, which in a sense in itself could be cuts. And this is being thrown around quite a bit. This article is going to be getting into the details for you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about it. It says negative headlines about Social Security's future may be affecting how prepared people feel when it comes to their own retirement. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Almost 3/4 74% of people say that they cannot count on Social Security benefits when it comes to the money that they will have in retirement. And I'd say the vast majority of people probably agree with the way things are going. They simply can't count on it to cover all of their expenses. The firm includes questions for Social Security for the first time in its quarterly market perception study, and that is the firm Alliance Life Insurance Company of North America, in response to increased focuses on the program in the news. The survey, which was conducted in March last month, included more than 1,000 respondents. In late March, the Social Security Administration trustees issued a new annual report with more imminent prognosis for the program's 2 trust funds. And I let you know as soon as that report came out what it had to say. And it's saying that Social Security, disability, Medicare, they're going to be running out here sooner than we anticipated. And the new COLA increases that are record highs, they're depleting it even faster. So they're saying they're not sure how long it has left, but they're saying it's probably not long. So they have got to resolve this, and soon. One of which pays retirement benefits and the other disability benefits, as I just mentioned. Now, in 2034, 1 year earlier than previously projected, the program may be able to pay out just 80% of the benefits combined funds for the benefits. Now, notably, the insolvency date only for the funds used to pay retirement benefits is even sooner. If you're collecting Social Security retirement 2033 or in just 1 decade away, that's when they're saying it'll run out. At that point, only 77% of those benefits will be payable to trustees, they are projecting. So, man, like I said, you collect $1,000 a month for Social Security. They're saying expect in this situation only $770. And again, when you say what happened, they're simply going to say, sorry, everyone's benefits are being cut. Although the program has been a great success, steps must be taken to ensure that its solvency is going to be long-term, says AARP CEO Joanne Jenkins. She wrote in an op-ed on Thursday last week. So this is all just coming out right now. And while most leaders and experts agree action is needed to be taken, it remains uncertain as to what changes exactly are going to be happening. For many, that adds more uncertainty to planning for retirement. Worries about being able to count on Social Security in retirement were more prevalent with Gen Xers, with 84% saying they're concerned about their Social Security. And yeah, I would say so, followed by millennials, 80%, baby boomers, 63%, according to Alliance's survey. Moreover, the survey also found most respondents, 88% of them, almost 9 out of 10, say it's critical to have another source of guaranteed income in retirement aside from Social Security in order to live comfortably. And let me know if you agree. If you're on Social Security, is it your only form of income? And if it is, does it cover everything? I would say probably the vast majority of my viewers would say, no, it does not cover everything. We need help on these fixed income benefits, especially with inflation taking off the way that it is. And we just received that report that it's at 5%, but the core inflation is still going up. And ideally, the Federal Reserve is trying to get it at 2. So keep in mind, it's still more than double where we want to be. And they're saying it's still going to continue to go up, which is going to be very difficult for those on those fixed income benefits. Yet not everyone is so lucky to have other resources to fall back on. Social Security recipients, the largest source of their income for most people over their retirement age is Social Security, says Jenkins. Meanwhile, for 14% of those people, it is their only source of income. Wow. Let me know. Are you one of the 14% that all you collect is Social Security? You are counting on these benefits. I can't imagine if that's somebody in that situation. If they get cut, that's going to be devastating. Unfortunately, it's one of the things that makes people make the mistake of claiming their benefits too early, says Kelly Lavinge, Vice President of the Consumers Insights at the Alliance Life. She said on the outlook of the current situation with the program, they think, I'm going to get mine before it goes broke, when in reality, that is not helping them at all, she said. Still, a big advantage is there to waiting, this article says. So listen to this. To see just how a 23% benefit cut based on the latest projections for Social Security retirement funds would affect you. Experts say it's best to turn to a calculator or other such online tools for maximizing your benefits. So before you decide to claim those benefits, they're saying refer to these Social Security calculators to figure out if you take it at a certain age, how much it would benefit you to wait. Larry Kolikoff, an economist professor at Boston University and creator of the Maximize My Social Security, a claiming software tool, ran the numbers and said that there is still a big advantage to waiting. So let me know if you're somebody that's on the fringe of collecting those benefits. Are you thinking about waiting? Or maybe you collected them. Did you collect them early? Did you wait till the full retirement age? Did you delay to get the maximum benefits? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, the benefit cut is going to happen even if you take the benefits early, Kolikoff says. So the advantage of taking them early is smaller than the ones that you might expect. So they're saying might be a good idea to consider waiting if you can. Changes were enacted back in 1983 to shore up Social Security. One key reform, raising the full retirement age. And again, like I mentioned, you guys, this is back on the table right now. They're talking about increasing that age. We actually saw this just happen in, I think it was France, if I remember correctly. I did an update on this. They were rioting in the streets as they just made it official, and people were protesting saying you cannot cut the benefits of our elderly like that. And I heard so many people say if they do that here in the United States, that could be huge as well. That could be a massive cut. Do you think that there would be protesting in the streets as well? Let me know your thoughts. Now, when beneficiaries stand to get 100% of the retirement benefits that they've earned, it is still getting phased in today. Oh, this article says it happened back in 1983. Then today in 2023, we're talking about raising the retirement age in the United States again. It is still getting phased in today. For people born in 1960 or later, the retirement age will be 67, not 66, as it was for older cohorts. Lawmakers may follow the same strategy again. I've reported this to you before, that there are proposals for this right now, and raise the full retirement age to 70, according to Kolikoff. Indeed, some leaders in Washington are already discussing this idea. Under current rules, claimants stand to get a big boost, up to 8% per year, for waiting beyond the full retirement age up to age 70 to start their benefits. So at this present time, you could get an 8% increase if you hold off, particularly for people who are single, who do not have a spouse or children, who may qualify for benefits based on their record. It makes more sense to wait, he says, according to Kolikoff's projections from his calculator. However, for other situations, so here's the situations where they're saying you might not want to hold off, you might want to claim those benefits right away. It says, however, for other situations, a lower life expectancy, disabled children who cannot collect until you collect, a spouse who might also be able to collect benefits for taking care of them. The software will typically recommend starting at an earlier age, according to Kolikoff. So again, I'll read those for you just for clarification. According to their Social Security calculators, if you have low life expectancy, disabled children who cannot collect until you collect, a spouse who might be able to collect benefits for taking care of you, the software says that you should probably consider taking it early, according to this article. If the retirement age is raised, that will be a benefit cut. Like we said, they're thinking about raising that retirement age. And even though we've heard both sides of the aisle, even during the State of the Union address, say there will be no cuts, if they pass legislation that increases that retirement age, that in and of itself is a cut. However, it is unlikely such a change would affect current or near retirees, both Kolikoff and Lavinge said. So we will see. Now, why you shouldn't claim just to get the 8.7% COLA. Now, this is really interesting. I've had a lot of people interested in this because, as you guys know, the COLA increase that they added to Social Security, the benefit bump up, in many cases, it was almost $200 across the board. They're saying it averaged about $140 per month. We have not had an increase like that in 40 years, 8.7% increase. There is yet another reason people may be tempted to claim retirement benefits early, and that is that 8.7% cost of living adjustment, or COLA, that went into effect for this year to compensate for higher inflation. It is the highest increase that we've seen in about 40 years, as I just said. Now, the reason why this takes place, just to make sure that there's clarification, you don't get this mixed up with some of the other proposals to increase benefits. Every single year, we have a COLA, or cost of living adjustment, to keep up with the cost of living. Because as you know, Social Security recipients, retirees, they get a fixed income benefit. So maybe, let's just say you get $1,000 per month, and your expenses every year or every month is, let's just say, $800. So you have a $200 difference. Well, if we have inflation, push up your grocery bills and your gas bills and all the things that you pay for, your rent increases, and suddenly your expenses are $1,000 a month. Now you're breaking even every month. You've got no benefits. Or if they increase even higher, Now Social Security is not covering your expenses. So in order to compensate for the inflation that we experience in our everyday living, they have a cost of living adjustment that then as inflation increases, they increase your Social Security benefits every year. That is the COLA, the cost of living adjustment. And that happens every year for all Social Security recipients. They increase your benefits to keep up with inflation every year. So that is what took effect. Now, in addition to that, something totally separate is the Social Security Expansion Act bill, where they want to reform Social Security. They also want to increase your benefits by $200 per month in addition to the COLA to help people out. Our seniors, the retired, the disabled, that is calling for more benefits because they're saying what people currently receive simply is not enough. Give them all an extra $200 per month. So just wanted to make sure that there was clarification that that is something entirely different. Now, this article is saying while you might not want to just jump in because you found out there's an 8.7% COLA increase this year. If you are 62 or older, whether you are claiming your benefits or whether you are waiting, that COLA increase will happen to your Social Security amount, says Lavinge. In other words, either way you stand to benefit from it, whether it's increased in the future to a future amount you receive, or whether it's going to be the amount that you're taking right now. Rather than focusing on the COLA, it is important for prospective beneficiaries to focus on putting a plan together so that they will know how to minimize their tax bills and what to do if inflation spikes again during their retirement years. So they're saying, don't try to jump on this right now just because of the COLA increase. Instead, focus on your tax bills and how to compensate for inflation, which, like I said, inflation is out of control. It's going nuts. And the taxes, man, the taxes. I have shared with you guys in videos that they did not increase the tax brackets, the taxation brackets for Social Security, which is very unfortunate. There's a lot of people that are doing their taxes that are going to get hit that are not expecting it. Please spread the word. I've tried to let people know here on the channel. They increased that COLA increase, which increases the amount of benefits you receive for Social Security. However, they didn't increase the tax brackets. So a lot of people are now collecting benefits that's getting pushed up over the tax bracket. And then suddenly they've got to pay taxes on their Social Security that they did not expect. And that supposed increase, that benefit you're getting, well, congratulations. Now you also have to pay taxes on it as well. And it's actually going to hurt a lot more people than they expected. Just very unfortunate that they did not address that. They're increasing the benefits and then they're taxing the people on it. And I think if you're going to increase the benefits due to inflation, you also should increase the tax brackets so people don't have to pay as much on taxes on it. That's just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm going to take a drink of water really quick, then jump back into the article. Somebody says, no guarantee that you're going to live to age 70. That's true. Very true. How did you get $140 increases, Carolyn? Carolyn, that was the cost of living adjustment. That was the average. So not everybody got that, but I actually think it was higher than that, if I remember correctly. But it was roughly $140 per person on average, or the median that people got for the 8.7% increase to the COLA. It was roughly 140, if I remember correctly. It was not 200. It was 200 people would be happy. A lot more people only got, that was like 140. A lot of people. Yeah, exactly. Carlos mentioned it right there. So the 140, that was the COLA. The 200 that's being proposed in addition to that is the Social Security Expansion Act proposal. Now, also, let me see here. I actually think I read through this entire article. There's just like one last line. Let's see here. If you don't have a plan in place, how do you know what to do when the unexpected happens, says Lavinge. Yeah, that was the last. So they're saying get a plan in place. And like I said, as more information comes out on Social Security, I'll let you guys know, because this is in the forefront. There's a lot happening with Social Security, the cost of living adjustments, inflation, Social Security Expansion Act, how to do the taxation. The CPI data that's rolling out is just looking like people need some more help. And they're going to base it, they're saying, on CPIE instead of CPIW. Right now, the cost of living adjustment, the increases they do every year, is based on CPIW, which they're saying is a mistake. That's based upon the spending habits of the average everyday worker, the average everyday American. And they're saying, no, it needs to be focused on the CPIE, which is the everyday living expenses of the elderly, because they say there's a lot more different ways of spending that happen. The elderly are focused on other things rather than the everyday person that's working. There's a lot more medical bills that are involved. There's a lot of other things that are taken into consideration. The grocery spending is very different. So they're saying that it needs to be focused on that. So that way those collecting these Social Security retirement benefits can get the most of their money, and we can actually increase it to their needs. Because a lot of times their needs are not necessarily met because we are basing it upon the wrong calculations. Let me know your thoughts. So that's one of the things that they're saying can be done. But yeah, like I mentioned, this is linked in the description below if you'd like to read more on it. 74% of people are saying can't count on Social Security retirement. And they're saying also, don't do this. Do not try to jump in and claim them early, especially if you're not at the right age for this, because it could really hurt you in the end here. Let me see here. All right. So that is the latest on Social Security. If there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them if I can in the comments section for you guys. So let them rip. Let's see here. What do we got? I only receive $64. I make $700 monthly. Shouldn't the lower wage receive more? I know people who get $1,500 more or get $140 or $200. I feel cheated. Well, Ramona, that is based upon, I think, Ramona, when did you collect those benefits? Let me calculate that really quick here. So if you got 64 divided by 700, that's actually 9%. So that you got a little bit more according to that. Now, the reason why you're getting 700, I'm not really sure. Let me know when your retirement age was. But that actually comes out, unless you're rounding that 700, maybe it's a little bit lower, or I mean, a little bit higher, then it could come out to that 8.7, but that's about 9%. I just calculated it really quick on my phone here. One should not have to pay taxes on Social Security, says Clint Perry. Yeah, and actually the brackets are pretty low too, surprisingly low. And I actually just read an article on this. It's amazing. They have not increased the tax brackets for Social Security in decades. It's insane how long it's been since they've increased it. And they're saying if they would have increased it and kept up with inflation, the bracket, I want to say it's at like 25,000. I can't remember if that's for couples or individuals. They're saying it should be up at like 75,000. You should be able to collect Social Security and all these income benefits and not pay taxes on your Social Security with a cap of 75,000, triple what it currently is. And it's just a shame. It's really just a shame that they're not increasing that. And they're making people that have paid into Social Security their entire lives finally collecting. They are barely getting enough to make it. And then they're making them pay taxes on it too. It's outrageous, really. Sorry, I usually don't give my opinion, but kind of got me going there. It's just like, why are we not addressing this? Janet says the more you get, the bigger increase you get. Yes, exactly. And that is because it's based off of percentages. The Reagan plan, no doubt dipping. Does that mean I'm getting retirement and disability both now? I'm not sure if that's a question or a statement. Rick says, do you think that we will lose the rest of the COVID funding? Rick, oh man, that is a good question. I just did a video on this because the debt ceiling crisis that we are currently in, as you know, we hit the debt ceiling. We have not yet defaulted, but we are very close. The X date is right around the corner. I'm actually shocked that it's gone this long because this is kind of dangerous, because I know that Congress likes to wait till the last minute, but here's the thing. We don't have an exact date as to when we're going to be defaulting here, and that will be devastating. Like, mark my words, if we default, we are definitely in a recession. That's going to be really bad. We have never done so. And right now, people are saying we're already in recession, that the White House has changed the definition of a recession. Normally, it's 2 consecutive quarters, 2 adjacent quarters of receding GDP, which we've already had. But if that happens, it's going to be really bad. Now, also take into consideration the fact that we've had the bank closures. We've got all these issues with the money, the economy, the interest rates. And in the debt ceiling negotiations, so going back to that, one of the things that they proposed to try to help us out, Rick, was they want to rescind the money that is currently set aside from the previous stimulus packages. So they had allocated $6 trillion to go out to help us to fight the pandemic. A lot of that money is supposed to go out to businesses, to parents, stimulus checks, child tax credits, all of these things to help us through the pandemic. Guess what? There's still $400 billion left over, which is enough to send out a $1,200 stimulus check, even more. And they're saying, no, take the money back. Let's take that back to try to offset the budget. So We will see. I don't know at this point. I don't know if they're going to tap into those funds and they're going to take it back. And here's the thing, too. It's supposed to be for the pandemic, which the president just, I think it was like last week or the week before, announced is over. They passed the bill in the House and in the Senate, and he signed it into law saying no more pandemic. We're now entering into epidemic. But they're still allowing some of the funding to carry on over. It's still at the access of different localities or entities or whoever's in charge of them. But Rick, we will see. That's a whole lot of money that could help out a whole lot of people. I think it would be devastating if they claw it back and just rescind it. That is currently on the table, proposed right now. We will see. I will keep you guys up to date. Just whatever happens, as you guys know, I will let you know exactly what's happening with the money, what's happening with Congress, the legislation. And I know a lot of it usually is not what we want to hear, but sometimes they flip-flop and things change. But whatever it is, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. Ebony says, I just got here. What happened? Ebony, is just an update on what's happening with Social Security, a new article coming out on what not to do, not to make this mistake with Social Security and retirement. You can jump back. I read through the entire article. It's also linked in the description so you can read it for yourself if you like. I keep hearing everybody getting help. The state I live in ain't doing nothing, says William. Yeah, William, I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, there are some states where there's literally like tons of programs, dozens, and there's other states where there's not a whole lot going out to help people. But as they roll out, I'll let you know, because there's still a lot of funding, especially on state, city, and county levels, that's rolling out, and new phases as well. It's doubling taxes on Social Security, isn't it, Steve? You know what? The taxes, they're not raising the brackets. People keep having to pay the taxes. Now, the mistake in this article is people claiming too early. And it covers in here some of the calculators. Some of the only reasons why you might want to claim early are in this article based upon the calculations that they have. When do you believe that there will be a vote on all of these proposals, says Kathleen. Kathleen, I don't know. I hope soon. They've got to do something for Social Security here soon. Social Security is a major issue. It's going to come to fruition here very soon. I know they've been talking about this for decades, about the solvency. I know I've heard it said by the time I'm ready to retire that it's not going to be there, not to count on it, which is why, like for me, I got into real estate and business, and I got into all these other things because I know I'm not counting on Social Security for myself. But now it's getting real. Like we're probably less than 10 years away from actually hitting the solvency limit. And then after that, they're going to have to start cutting people's benefits across the board. They're not going to be able to pay out full benefits, which is going to be awful for a lot of people that are counting on this. Absolutely insane. Let's see here. Law says the government gives billions and billions and billions and trillions to whoever will give politicians a massive kickback. You know what? I can't say I disagree with you. Tony says, yes, those who received SSDI in 2016. Jay has 42 years of work. I met all the quarters. Let me see. Thanks for the information. Appreciate it, says the Truth. You are welcome, Truth. Tammy says, Missouri really has no help for us. Carolyn Farmington, the COLA raise was only $73 this year. Sonia, it's a percentage, so it's 8.7%. So if you got 73 this year, month to month, let's see here. If I can do my calculations right here. Let's see here, 8.7% divided by, you said $73. So I'm guessing, 119 times 0.087. No, I can't figure it out. $73. I'm guessing you're around like $600 a month, Sonia. That would be my guess. Right now, I can't figure it out. I'm trying to make sure I do the live and not spend too much time calculating, but I'm guessing you probably only collect like around six or somewhere between $650 and $700 a month. So it just depends on how much you normally collect. That's how much they give you. But it was an 8.7% increase across the board for Social Security this year for the COLA increase. Our SSDI recipients in North Carolina are going to be getting additional SNAP benefits. Oh, Christine. Okay, so I covered this in detail. I gave you the states and the months, the dates that were given for distributions. So I think it was a live. It might have been a live or it might have been a video. Check out my channel. I went through all of them. I think it might have been yesterday or the day before. So I've got some recent updates on that for you. Check that out. Don't come to Tennessee, says Janet. They're doing nothing for the people. Yeah, and I actually, now that you say that, I don't think I can recall of anything that Tennessee has done recently. Connecticut does very little, says Michelle. Sam says, good job. You're welcome, Sam. Cynthia says, yes, I can hear you. Awesome. Michelle says, does. Let's see here. I hope that they remember this in elections this year. Yeah, elections are coming up. Penny says she likes the new haircut. Thanks, Penny. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Are we going to be getting SNAP? $20, says Tony Lee. So, Tony, if you are in California, yes, you might be getting an extra $20 on your SNAP cards. I covered that in that video as well. So, SNAP, PEBT, those updates, check out that recent video I did. It's either in the videos or the live section. I went through each and every single state for you guys and the benefits. Hey, Steve, are the food stamps coming for Louisiana? And also, is DeSantis running for president? Tyrell, I'm not sure. We will see. It's kind of up in the air. DeSantis might be running. And Louisiana, I just did that update. So a lot of people asking about those food benefits. Check out that video I just recently did on that. 914 SSI. 914 says Cat. Okay, cool. An extra SNAP for SSD recipients, like $20 extra SNAP. Penny says, laughing out loud, Steve. Thank you, Penny. Tony says, I'm in New York. Okay, New York actually did have a benefit. I did an update on New York in that video. I can't remember. I want to say it was like you get matched dollar for dollar at the farmers markets. I think that they'll give you benefits if you shop at farmers markets or something like that. I can't recall. There are benefits in New York as well. Yes, we need a leader for sure, says Janet. We'll see. I know right now it's like Trump, it's Biden. There's a couple other people. I think DeSantis might run as well, we're hearing. Let's see here. Kind of hard to retire without having debt. My husband and I raised 6 children. And the last 10 years of my husband's life, we fought cancer and lost, says Carolyn. Oh, Carolyn, I'm sorry to hear that. I'll keep you up to date on whatever benefits come out. I know a lot of people that have battled cancer and they moved on. The Lord took them. I usually like to kind of think of it like that. Just they went on. I feel for you. Prayers go out to you, Carolyn, and I'll keep you up to date on just anything that's available for you guys. Ever going to be anything for Tennessee? We will see, Terry. I'll let you know. Never got my COLA, says Mary. Wow, Mary, if you didn't get your cost of living adjustment, the increase, you got to let them know. It's been like 4 months now. You should have gotten an increase. Mary, what benefits are you collecting? Is it retirement? Is it SSI, SSDI? Let me know. Let's see here. Yes, ticket to work. Steve, you're awesome. Thank you for all the updates this show. You're welcome. Daryl says, hello, Steve. Thanks. You're the man. Steve says, Tony, you're welcome. Never seen a president that can't talk, walk, and stay awake, says Janet. You know what? Let me know in the comments what you feel about Biden. You're not alone, Janet. I've heard that his approval is actually one of the worst that we have seen in a long time. I'm hearing people say that the approval is worse than Trump's, that like 30% of people, only 30% approve. Like 3 out of 4 people are just not happy with what's going on right now. And I think it's honestly a big part of it. I think is the economy. Let me know if that's what you think as well. I've also had a lot of people tell me that it's the agendas that are being pushed. There's a lot of different stuff right now. Let me know what you think about Biden and everything going on. Thank you, Steve. You're welcome. I have one more treatment to go, says Sonia. Okay, awesome. Kevin Puckett says, hello, Steve. How's it going, Kevin? Anything for veteran benefits? VA, says Kaiser. So Kaiser, if anything comes out, I'll let you know for sure. Steve, you're the only one that I actually believe, says Kat. I appreciate that, Kat. I'll do my best to keep you guys up to date. And I always try to check myself too. So I cite all the sources so that way you guys can see it and you can know that it's the latest. I don't ever want to just read stuff off and you have no idea, like, what is this guy talking about? I try to make sure that it's all set for you guys. Kat says, congratulations on getting memberships. Thank you, Kat. Yes, a lot of people have been asking me about that. And the biggest thing, too, with it is the scammers. So if we have the memberships area as well, You'll be able to get more direct access just to me. And if I see scammers if they're actually paying a membership, I can kick them out. And just to clarify, you don't have to do it if you don't want. The lowest level, I made some custom emojis of heads of Donald Trump and Biden. You get badges for being a part of the Ram fam, and I hope it's fun and it's a blessing for you guys. I try to make it very affordable because I know a lot of people can't afford that. But again, you don't have to sign up. You still get access to videos and live streams, but I'll have special member perks for those that do that as a thank you for supporting me, the family, all the time that we take out every day to put in hours of information, compile it into these videos for you guys. So I hope it's a blessing. And also too, for the higher levels, there's a lot of fun perks as well. I'm planning to do where you can help me pick out topics. Let me know what you want to hear more about, what you need information for, stuff like that. Question, how do they figure out the payout for disability? I draw more than anyone I know and even more than most people on a regular Social Security. Good question, Clint. You know what? Let me write that down. I'll find out some more on SSDI. You're not the only person that's been asking about that. Trying to find out more about the disability benefits. So I'm going to make sure that I can try to get you guys some more information on that as well. Steve, I will kick off this if I told you what I think about Biden, says Cheryl. Yeah, that you know what you know what, actually, Cheryl, if you can keep it clean, here's the thing, is that there's a comments filter. So a lot of people say like their comments disappear and this and that, and I have no idea what they're talking about. It's because there's filters on here. If you can share your opinion about Biden and not use any profanity, it might stay on there. Because I have two sections. I have a section of comments that I see, and then I have a section of all the comments that get kicked off. And every day I get so many comments that the YouTube filter kicks them off because people share their opinions and they can't do it without getting colorful. So try that, Cheryl. Michael says, what age do I have to become to not be penalized on Social Security because I made too much? So Michael, I can't remember what the retirement age is. We literally just read it. I think it was, what's the full retirement age? Does anybody remember? Is it 65? But they want to bump it up. There's proposals to bump it up to another year or two or up to like 70. So we will see. They're saying that's a form of a Social Security cut, which we were promised was not going to happen. Much gracias, Info Esteban. You are welcome, Mario. Hasn't the government taken the funds from SS and used it, says Lasuz? No, Lasuz, there's still lots of funds left, but we probably only got less than 10 years left. Cheryl says that she can't describe Biden without using profanity, that she will get kicked off of here. You're hilarious, Cheryl. Janet Lee says, last 6 months of your last job is how they figure out your SSDI. Okay, thank you, Janet. And I will verify that, Janet, for you guys. I'll dig up some more information. Let me write that down. The last 6 months of your last job is how the last 6 months of last job. All right. Yeah, I'll make sure that I get some thorough information for those of you on SSDI. We appreciate you so much, Steve. Thank you for checking on SSDI. You are welcome, Tony. Brenda says Biden needs to go in a home for Alzheimer's. You guys are going to get me demonetized. Oh, it's hilarious. Mystery's got some popcorn. Thank you for all the updates on SSI and SSDI benefits, says Jane. You are welcome. Hi, Steve. So John, hi, how's it going? Carol says it's 67. Okay, so full retirement age is 67. And I think that sounds accurate. Now, here's the thing. I think you can take it early. I think you can take it as early as like 62, if I remember correctly. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, they did. My parents told me this. Tony says, I was hoping for 65 for me in 2 years. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Well, Biden needs somewhere else. 67 is the retirement age. Somebody else saying it's 67. Okay, so full retirement age is 67. I think right now the proposals are to increase it up to 70. Thank you, Steve. God bless you and the family, says Marie. You're welcome. Not true. They use you highest 3 years, says Tony. Okay, so highest 3 years. So what I'll have to do for SSDI is I'll have to look into that because we're seeing that there's some people that are thinking some different things. I'll get some information for you guys. I'll cite the sources, put it on here. John is saying the last 10 years. So we're all across the board here. I'll figure it out for you guys, and I'll cite the sources so that way you can see what it is. I am still working full time at 72, and I didn't take my Social Security. I waited, but couldn't wait for my paycheck. It is still hard to make ends meet. I could retire at 65, but I waited till 67, says Cynthia. Yeah, in this article, they talk about the benefits of waiting. Yes, that's how I got mine. Let's see here. The administration is the pits for SSDI. Thank you, Steve. Your hands, I would cut mine. If I had your hands, I would cut mine off, says Tyrell. What is, I think, oh, is it because I'm talking too much with my hands? I do that all the time. You should have seen my first videos when I first started YouTube. It was crazy. I was doing this all the time. I've actually tried to tone it down quite a bit. Let's see here. I retired at 62 and now I'm in trouble, says Karen. Yeah, taking the benefits early, they're saying, can hurt you in the long run. First time here, thank you. On behalf of my cats and dogs, says thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that. Tell your cats and dogs I said hi. The highest amount made in 10 years, says John. Biden doesn't need to do anything, says Terrence. Steve, no comment on this tonight, says Marie. They are trying to do 70. Is this true? Yes, Joe, that's what we're hearing is their proposals to increase the full retirement age to 70. 62 and a half to take it early, says Sherry. It sounds about right. I know it's like 62-ish, somewhere around there. I would work there, case control. Biden can take a walk off a shore and go to heaven and make a U-turn. Oh, man, you guys are hilarious. Okay, so people are vocalizing their opinions about Biden, I can see. Yeah, and I'm hearing it's something like 70. It's crazy. 70% of people do not approve of what's going on right now. So to answer your question before, if DeSantis runs or Trump runs, or maybe there's a Democratic candidate that runs, we're hearing there's a good chance someone else can take it. We will see. They say most people do at age 62. Yeah, I think so. I think most people are just like, you know what? I need the money now. I'm just going to take it early. 67 plus 4 months when retiring. Thank you, everyone, for the information, says Liliana. Yes, thank you, Ram Fam. I appreciate you guys. YouTube probably blocked the comments because it's truth, says Marie. You know what, Marie? You know what? I don't. I'm not going to say anything. 62 is early retirement. Terrence, he doesn't. You can collect 62 early, says Marie. Yes, you can. If you retire early, you lose almost 20% of what you get. Yeah, you lose a lot if you retire early. Hands, you're Italian, says John. Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people can't tell what ethnicity I am. It's hilarious. I get all kinds of ethnicities across the board. People try to guess like what I am. I'm a mix, so I confuse people. Yes, truth hurts, says Janet. 71 and worried, says Goldie. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Goldie. Steve, I always watch you because the others be lying, talking about they're sending $2,000 checks. I only look at your content, says Truth. I appreciate that, Truth, and I'm sorry to hear that. And yes, it's really sad. It's really sad that there are so many channels that just give baloney. And like, I had no idea. I had no idea why people were so skeptical of my content. I'm like, you guys, I'm citing the source, giving you good information. And then I see some of these other channels that are just outright lying. And it's so sad. Like, I had no idea. And so my hope is that here on this channel, I can be a voice that gives you guys like legit information, like you can count on. So that is my hope. Jane Euclid, welcome to the Ram Fan. Oh, Jane, like congratulations. I hope that you enjoyed the membership stuff. I actually am going to post some stuff right before I came on live. The family and I went out and we saw the Mario movie. The kids loved it. I'm going to post some stuff for you guys. And then also I'm going to figure out, let me know, Jane, when you want to do the members only live streams, and we can go ahead and get you the direct information that you need. Blessings to you and Ram Fan. I'm so excited because I think that's like the simple, easiest one. I appreciate it. So that's so cool. I see that the membership notification just popped up. Many don't take it till they're 70, so they retire early. It's the best that they can do. Thank you for what you do, Steve. You're welcome, Rod. Crazy that I took my Social Security at 62, says Stephen and Ella Adventures. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they'll cut you if you take it early. Welcome, Jane, to the channel, says Kat. Yes, welcome. Steve, I went from 917 to 997. Yeah, so you got a nice little bump up there. Let's see here. Let me do the math. I'll figure this out for you, Christina. Wait 1 second here. 917 to 997. 917 divided by 997. So you got a 9% increase. Does that sound right? Man, why am I having trouble with that? That should be $91. Yeah. So I think that's right. Yeah. That sounds about right, Christina. Roughly about 9%. So it was supposed to be about an 8.7% increase. Yes, I only listen to your content, says Goldie. I hope that it benefits you guys. And I know too that like there's a lot of people on here saying that they only trust my content. If that's the case, like I said, let me know the stuff that you guys need to hear because I'll look it up, make sure I can get you guys accurate information. I'll cite the sources so that way you know it's not just like me coming up with random stuff, that I'm actually citing the sources. I'm going to reference stuff so you can see that it's accurate information coming from accurate sources. Oh, it is 7:40. All right, I'm going to answer a few more questions. I got to hop off. The kids have been begging me to get caught up on Mandalorian. There's a couple more episodes out. That's their favorite thing right now. So I'm going to hop off and watch some with the kids. Yes, other channels disgust me, says Tony. Yeah, it's really sad. I feel like there's nothing wrong with providing information and doing so, but it needs to be good information. If you're going to do this, make sure that you're focused on getting good information to help out people. And I think like that's my perspective on stuff. Yeah, Kat says clickbait. Yeah, a lot of it is. Yeah, it's unfortunate. My thing is just always try to make sure you give information that's accurate. And the people that are actually watching the videos, sticking around to see what the information's about, they will see, you'll find out who is real and who is not. I always say when you watch channels, because I know there's other channels out there and there's good ones too. I will happily name for you other channels that are in the same genre as I am. I don't feel like offended or like, what do you call it? Like, it's not like you can only be watching one channel. So there are other channels, good YouTubers, but there are also a lot of bad ones that say a bunch of baloney. Make sure that they put the articles on the screen or they link them in the description. They make sure they give accurate, good information. They're willing to cite the sources. Make sure the comments are turned on. A lot of these fake channels turn the comments off because they don't want to deal with all the backlash they're going to get in the hate. So I would recommend that. God bless you and your family. Have fun, Steve. Thank you so much. It's hard to get correct content for most of these channels. The channel is the one of the best. Thank you, Misty. I appreciate that. I try my best to get you guys accurate information. Thank you, Steve. No, I don't want to know. I'm rolling with you, Steve. Truth says. Oh, awesome, Truth. I appreciate that. $11 show me, says Joe. Not sure what that means, Joe, but bless you and your family. That's why I only watch you, Steve, said Janet. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And again, I'm going to hop off, but smash the like button, subscribe if this is your first time here, and members, I'm so excited. I've been seeing the members rolling in. I'm going to make sure that I get you guys some awesome exclusive content for the support. I appreciate you guys a ton. The Ram Fam is awesome. I feel like this is the best community like ever that I've seen. There's so many supportive people in here. It's absolutely awesome. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Have a blessed Saturday night. I'll catch you in the next video. I'm going to watch some Mandalorian. I'll catch you later. Take care.